we better take a look inside this parcel. Yeah. Well, it'd be rude not to go and take it out on the streets, see what it's like. So, let's go and do it. I'm well excited. Coming out with the x100v. I'm sort of, it's not really a review, I'm just going to like try it out, but I mean, I've had x100 series cameras before, so I mean, I've been out for a few shoots with it, so what I'm noticing is, obviously, I like this flip out screen. I can kind of shoot down here. I can set the focus point if I want to use the touch screen, which we didn't have before. So that is really good. I really enjoy that. I mean, for me, yeah, some people don't like a touch screen, don't like a flip out screen, but if you want to be taking photos sometimes on the street, and you know, if you're kind of just going straight for the viewfinder, it's obvious what you're doing, which is okay if you know, you don't mind people noticing you too much. I try not to want people noticing me, you know, that I'm actually taking their photo. But yeah, at the minute, as you all know, we're in the middle of this virus thing, and here in the UK, sort of asking people to social distance, use social distancing, so like not to get too close, no big crowds, pubs, restaurants, bars, gyms, and they're all closed, so I don't really know how many people will be about, and you know, whether we're going to get any shots, but at least we can get out with the camera a little bit, and because within a couple of weeks we might not be allowed out. I'm not too sure really what's going to happen. So anyway, back to the camera. I am using manual at the minute, so with this new lift up to change the ISO, really good. I do a lot of the time have it just on aperture priority, and a lot of the times I'm using spot metering, and I normally, like if I can find some places where it's a good bit of shadow and a nice piece of light, I always like spot meter for that piece of light, and I use the auto exposure lock button, lock it, recompose and take a shot. But the thing is that I do find, which is the same on all Fuji cameras, is if you're doing it that way, once you lock that exposure, you can't then move the focus point. Whereas if you're shooting in manual, you've got the exposure you want and nothing's locked, you can move the focus point around. I've tried different things, but there's no way I can seem to change it at the moment. There probably is a workaround, I don't know it. But yeah, anyway, we'll see what we find when we get into the town, see if there's actually any people about. I've seen a few people walking dogs. I think as long as people don't get too crowded, there'll be a few people out and about. So let's get into the town, and we'll see you when we get there. I just want to say, while I'm on the way into town, that, so the only difference is really for me with this is you've got a better viewfinder, and the flip screen and the ISO dial. I mean, I had an F before and it was great, but like people have said, the images weren't dead sharp up close, and this has got some different film simulations added. So I think I'm on classic neg standard, I think is what I'm on at the minute. What I'll do is I'll when I get home, I'll film the screen so you can see how I've got the shadows and everything set up as well, with the, as we'll call it, or as other people call it, the recipe. The Fuji film simulation recipe of the day. We could do videos, couldn't we? Fuji simulation recipe of the day. Anyway, it's only a little while to go and we'll soon be in town. So, as you can tell, there really is hardly anyone around, so not a great deal to take pictures of, but the camera still feels the same as the old one, which is great. And a few little tweaks with the screen, being able to come up, fantastic, love that, love the ISO dial. Love it all. As you can see there, I'm now on my way back from town. The population was sparse. Everybody is, well, looks to be heeding the advice and like not mixing, so that's pretty good really. So worth the upgrade from the F to the V. You betcha, this is a really good camera. This is like, I would say 10 times better than the F. With the enhancements and what they've given it. You know all the specs, you've seen all of it. I would highly recommend it. So, of course, I had to go for black because I always normally have silver. I always go for silver with all the Fuji cameras. It's the first black one I've had, except for when I had an X Pro 2. I like the silver, I've always liked the silver, that's why I've always bought the silver ones before. I would definitely recommend it if you can afford one. If you've got an S or a T, it's a major upgrade from those. Although I do agree with everybody when they say the sensors on the old cameras are really good, they shoot really nice pictures. But V, recommended. Anyway, everybody stay safe out there. For a change, I think you better do as the government says, and don't really socialise with too many people. At the minute I am still going to work, don't know how long it's going to last for, but just stay safe out there people, and I won't see you on the streets for a little while. Stay safe.